This is Oddysay. Last week we talked about the character design of Rondo Tribe and Kamari Ronzo. If you haven't seen that video already, click the link at the top right corner and let's get into this video. Today we'll be talking about the Oddysay of the Guado of Final Fantasy X. We'll be doing character design breakdowns, silhouette breakdowns, and much more. For those of you that don't know, the Guado tribe is a mystical tribe of half-human, half-tree hybrids that play a crucial role in the story of Final Fantasy X, and they're the guardians of the far plane, which is the realm of the afterlife of the Final Fantasy X world. Before we take a look at the specific design of the Guado tribe, let's first take a look at the possible inspiration that the creators got from the real world that eventually turned into what we call the Guado. You know what they say, believable characters is the result of believable research. Now, there's three key mythologies that the Guado seem to be inspired of and inspired by. One is the Dryads of Greek mythology, the second is Gods of Voodoo mythology, and the last one is Kodama of Japanese mythology. Yes, that's right, the same Kodama from Spirited Away. Now, Dryads are part of Greek mythology. They have a special power to manipulate plants and how they grow. They are also considered to be nymphs who inhabit oak trees. Now, Gods of Voodoo mythology are actually intermediaries or beings in between life and death. Now, lastly, Kodama of Japanese mythology are actually spirits that inhabit trees. Now, with the possible inspiration for the Guado out the way, let's look at the specific traits that make a Guado a Guado. What do you notice at first glance looking at the Guado? They have three key traits. Their long arms, their elf-like ears, and their hairs like the roots of a tree. Now always remember to design with a purpose. For what reason do the Guado have floral-like hair? Do they gain strength during the springtime? Or are they able to grow things faster than regular humans? And for what reason do they have elongated arms compared to the original proportions of a human being? Is it to grab things? Is it to reach? Is it to hunt? And why do they have elf-like ears? You know what Seymour Guado said to Orin, that he could smell the scent of the far plane, but what if their smelling was actually through hearing? This is called synesthesia in the real world. Now remember, always ask why. Why do the Guado have elongated arms? And why are their hands like claws? To answer this, we need to look no further than to the animal in our world called sloths. Yeah, everybody's favorite lazy animal. They are known for climbing trees and stalling roads, and of course being cute. And by asking this and seeing in the game what the Guado eat, as in Seymour's invitation to Yuna, we can infer that their claws are mostly for grabbing fruit, hanging from trees, and most likely a dangerous self-defense tool, since they aren't slowed down at all by their long limbs, unlike sloths. We can also infer that they are the original vegans of Final Fantasy. Now let's take a look into notable design Guado: Imp, Seymour, and Jiskel. His name's not really Imp, but that's what I like to call him because that's what he's designed like. Now, Imp Guado was introduced specifically to make Seymour appear like a nefarious plotting character. Now pay attention to how extremely different each of these characters are, not just in detail, but more importantly, their silhouette. This goes into shape language and how each of their designs resembles a form of triangle. Some use more triangles than others. Jiskel, on the other hand, is actually balanced off with a square, which represents his role in the game and how he changed his ways while not always being as good-natured as he wanted to be. That's not to say that all Guado are designed with triangles. There's actually one specific Guado that is designed very roundy and gives off a very jolly vibe. Let's conclude with a summary. To always design with a purpose and to make sure to relate your design to the real world to create a tangible, believable character. Also play into silhouettes and how silhouettes give narrative into each character that you design. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more. We got a lot more coming.